Hello everyone, welcome to Service Now Camp. In this session, we will cover the listed topic HR services, categorization of HR services, different ways of creating HR services, and what are the different approaches of fulfilling the HR services. So let's first understand what are HR services in HR service delivery. HR services are the request and assistance an HR organization provide to its employee. Basically, HR services are the starting point for HR case creation and define the process for that case type from request to fulfillment. For example, if we want some help from HR, we will have to contact HR to get it done. Else, we have to submit the request by ourselves through self-service portal, that is Employee Service Center in HRST. Hence, the configuration requirements for an HR service depends on whether it is available for internal use only or if you are allowing the employee to request the service directly from the HR service catalog through a self-service portal or Employee Service Center. For internal use, only HR service and HR case template configuration is required. Whereas for employee self-service, we will have to configure HR catalog item along with HR service and HR templates. And the role required to configure HR service is snhrcore.admin. Now let's talk how can we define and categorize HR services. So before configuring HR services, organizations have to determine what they are going to offer to their employee and what will be the fulfillment process. Some of the things to be considered here as what HR services are we going to provide to our employees. The second one is what information must be gathered prior to initiate the request. Like for some HR service, for example tuition reimbursement, we need some more information so that organization can provide seamless service to their employees. The third one is how we are going to initiate the request through ESC portal, or it should be available for HR agents only and can be initiated through native screen only. The fourth one is should request be visible to employee or only to internal HR professionals. The fifth one will be any reportings needs to be done. Now once organization decided what HR service they are going to offer, each HR service needs to be categorized. HR services are categorized under one of the HR Center of Excellence, that is COE, which are part of a data model that organizes HR data, services, and processes by functional discipline. After that, each HR service is again categorized within a single topic detail and topic category. I have already discussed the data model in my previous video. I will suggest to do watch the video for good understanding. I have provided the detailed explanation of COE's topic category and topic detail. Few points to be kept in mind. Each HR service can be associated with only one COE. Each topic category can be associated with only one COE. Each topic detail can be associated with only one topic category. Here a question arises, but why we need categorization of HR services, like first level that is topic category, second level that is topic detail. Actually, categorization of HR services makes searching and reporting of HR services easier, and HR services can be aligned based on their functional discipline. Now let's see what are the different ways of creating HR services in HR service delivery. So basically we have two ways of creating HR services. So the first approach will be through the HR service configuration module, and the second approach is manage HR catalog module. So now first I will demonstrate the approach HR service configuration module. After that we will see the second approach. Now let's switch to our demo instance and try to create the HR services. So for that we will have to navigate to HR service configuration. So you will find the HR service configuration under HR administration, then HR services. Now let's click on the new button. So when you will click the new button, a new form will be loaded, and now we have to fill the HR service form based on our requirement. So before that, let's discuss the important fields of HR service form. So let's open any already created HR service to understand more deeply, because few fields will not be available uh, on new HR service form, and once we will discuss these fields we will see practical demo of creating that HR services. So I'm taking medical benefits inquiry here. Now the first field is HR service name. So you will have to provide a meaningful HR service name, and once you will provide the HR service name, the value will get auto populated. Now we have a badge field. So badge is used to indicate to the employee on the portal that which department is fulfilling that activity, and you can configure your own badge if there is requirement and if something is not listed here. Now the fourth is fulfillment type. So we have different fulfillment types available, like manual, service activity, workflow, lifecycle event, advanced, and flow. And you will have to select one option from the given choices that how this HR service is going to be fulfilled. So let's discuss the fulfillment type in detail so that you can use each one of them as per your requirement. The first choice is manual. So manual is used for simple tasks that require no configurations. There will be not any more HR tasks associated with it. For example, if employees submit a request for medical benefit inquiry, the HR agent would fulfill the employee's request by answering the employee's question only. Now the second option is service activity. Service activity can be used when you have to define multiple service activities to deliver the HR service, like approval, task, HR child services. For example, new hire onboarding. So when you will select the service activity, you can see that we have a related list service activities over there. So when you are selecting the service activity, you will have to provide one or more than one service activity to get it delivered. So let's click on new. So once we clicked on the service activity new button, a different form gets loaded. Now the first field is activity type. So when we'll click on the drop down, we have three activity types here in service activity. The first is approval, the second is task, and the third one is child HR services. So let's first discuss the approval activity type. So once we will select the approval activity type, we have some more fields over here. Now the first is name. You can leave the name approval as it is, or you can change as per your need. Now the second one is missing any approver. So you can select any action among three if any approver is missing. Now the third one is missing all approvers. You can select any among two if all approvals are missing. The fourth one is wait for. You can select any action among three, and this is basically when the requested approval should get approved or completed. Now the next one is on rejection. You can select any action among two when approval is rejected. One thing to be noted here, for the case of resubmit of approvals, when an approval is rejected, the assigned to user for the case can submit another request for approval with footnotes or comments. Now we have a order field. We can provide order number to follow a sequence, like if we are configuring multiple services activities for the same HR service, then which activity will execute first or second or third, it will be determined by order fields. Now few points to be noted here. The lower order number activity will be available first. For example, if activity 1 has order 100 and activity 2 has order 200, activity 1 will be available first. Also, the next activity will be available when the previous activity must be closed, completed, accepted or rejected. And service activities with identical order numbers will be available at the same time. Now there is one more field, parent HR service. So this field is automatically set to the parent HR service. Now we have one more fields, approvers from case. So basically it displays all the users fields of the HR case. You can select any user fields from the HR case to approve, like assign to, open for. So if you will click on the reference, so here you can see that it's showing all the fields of the table. Now we have a field approver users. So it shows all users from user table. Here you can select any users for approval, like if you will click on that, so it will show all the users of the instance. Now we have a approver groups. So it shows groups from group table. Here you can select any groups from approve, any groups for approval, like whatever groups we have available in our instance, it will show all. Now let's see the second activity type, that is task. So the first field is child task template. Here you will have to select a child task template. So if you will click on that, here you can see that we have a very limited number of templates available. This is because right now it is showing that template which has parent case table defined. So if you want to make any HR template as child template, you will have to provide parent case table in that HR template. So let's select a template from here and open it and verify, uh, like complete profile information. Sorry, I'm searching in HR service. I will have to search in HR templates. Now let's open it. So here you can see that we have a parent case table defined for this HR template. Now we have a field name. Here you can provide the name of the service activity. Now next field is parent HR service. This field is automatically set to parent HR service. Now we have a order field that I have already explained in approval activity type. Now let's see the third activity type, that is child HR service. Now once we select that child HR service activity type, we have some more fields over there like child HR service. So here you will have to select a child HR service. So once you will click on that, you can select any HR services from here. The second field is name. Here you will have to provide the name of the service activity. Next field is parent HR service. The field is automatically set to the parent HR service. Now we have order field that I have already explained in the previous activity types. Now let's get back to the HR service form. Now once we select the service activities, one more fields get available on the form, that is automatically close case. So if you will check this checkbox, it will automatically close the HR case, and after all of the to-dos or all of the mandatory to-dos are complete, and once it will be checked, we will have some more options to be filled in, like close when filled. So based on your requirement, you can select any value. Either you want all the to-dos to be completed, or you want only mandatory to-dos to get completed. Now we have one more field, close offset. Here you can define number of days when you want the HR case to be closed. For example, if the offset is set to 2, then the HR case will close 2 days after the completion of all mandatory to-dos. One thing to be noted here, the maximum offset that you can apply is 90 days. Now let's see the third fulfillment type, that is workflow. So with the help of work fulfillment type, you can attach a workflow to fulfill the HR service. But here you can see that when we selected the workflow choice, workflow field displayed as read only. So how workflow can be attached on the HR service? Actually, workflow is defined in HR templates, and when you attach that HR template to this HR service, workflow will automatically get populated in the workflow field. Now let's see the fourth one, that is life cycle event. So the fulfillment type of life cycle event should only be selected when the HR service is a life cycle event, like onboarding, offboarding, employee transfer. It follows a different process as per configuration. So when we will select life cycle event as fulfillment type, few more fields get added on the form. The first one is automatically close case, that I have already explained in the service activity fulfillment type. The second one is life cycle event type. Here you will have to select a life cycle event you want to get it triggered when this HR service will be submitted. Example of life cycle event are onboarding, offboarding, maternity leave, and so on. Like if you will click on the reference icon, here you can select one of the life cycle event. Now let's select the advanced one. Now we have advanced fulfillment type. So advanced can be used when you need combination of workflows and service activities. I have already explained in detail in the previous fulfillment type how to include workflow in the HR service with the help of HR template, and how to configure different activity types for service activities. Like here, workflow will get attached and you will have to configure one or more service activities. Now the sixth one is flow. So once you will select the flow, a field will be displayed, and here you will have to select the flow. So by clicking on the magnifying glass, you can select the flow configured. Now we have topic detail, topic category, and COE. So I have already explained this in my previous videos. As per your requirement, you will have to select topic detail and associated topic category, and COE will get auto populated. Now we have a checkbox show case to subject person. If you want to show the HR case to the subject person when it is created, you will have to check it. Also, this option is only for Employee Service Center. Now we have a field template. So basically HR templates simplify the process of submitting new records and by populating some fields on HR case. So if you want some fields to be auto filled of the HR case when this HR service is requested, you can leverage this functionality. You can select already created templates, or you can create a new and attach with the HR service. I have already created a video how to create new HR templates. Now we have a field record producer. You can make use of record producer if you want to make the service available as an HR catalog item in the HR service catalog. Now we have a case option field. So often we have same kind of requirements to be configured for multiple HR services. In this situation, we can go for case options instead of doing the same thing multiple times. Let's consider an example. For multiple HR service, you want some documents to be attached when HR case gets created. So here you can create a new case option that can be utilized by all HR services. And by default, some case options are already provided by ServiceNow out of the box, like add manager to watch list, skip auto assign, automatically create draft document. Now we have a field HR criteria. So with the help of HR criteria, you can define what HR services will be available for which users. Like if you want to make any HR service available to Indian employees only, for that you can configure an HR criteria with the relevant conditions and attach it to that particular HR service. Also, one things to be noted here, HR criteria applied to the HR service is internal facing only and has no relation to the user criteria that is used to control what HR catalog items, that is record producer, and employee can access from the HR service catalog. Now we have a open for and approver view field. So this field provides you configuration of the HR ticket page header for approver or open for. In simple language, how you are going to show or display the HR ticket page header on portal to approver or open for user. Also, this option is only for employee service center. Now we have a next field, subject person or task assignee view. So this field provides you configuration of the HR ticket page header for subject person or any task assignee, and also this option is only for employee service center. Now we have a next field, case creation service config. This field can be used when you want to display additional fields on selection of any HR service on the case creation form. Now let's move uh, to the section part. Here we have two sections: HR service additional information and the second one is checklist. HR service additional information can be used when you want some additional fields to be available on the HR case after a request for that HR service is made. Now we have a checklist. So checklist is just a reminder to the agent when they are fulfilling the HR case. So I believe I have covered most of the important fields used for the HR service configuration. Now we will see a use case how to create and use the HR service for HR case creation using the first approach. So organization wants to configure medical reimbursement request for which they need an HR service. So this is the use case. HR service name is medical reimbursement request. Fulfillment type is manual. Topic details would be medical reimbursement. Topic category is medical enrollment. COE is HR total reward case. Showcase to subject person should be unchecked as it is not required uh, to use on the portal end. Template, we can select any template here. Record producer, it is also not required as we are not going to use this HR service from portal end. Open for or approver view, default for open for or approver. Subject person or task assignee view, you can select default for subject task assigned to. Description should be service for medical reimbursement inquiry. So before configuring HR service, you must check whether the given topic category and topic detail is already available in your instance or not. If available, you will just have to select this one on your HR case form. In our case, topic category and topic detail is not available, so we will have to create it. So let me show you how to check, and if not available, how to create new topic category and topic detail. So for that, let's navigate to our ServiceNow instance. So let's open the topic categories module and search. So here you can see that our topic category is medical enrollment. So we don't have any topic categories named with medical enrollment. Now let's also validate the topic detail. And our topic details is medical reimbursement. So here you can see that we also don't have that medical reimbursement topic detail. We only have a topic detail with the name medical. So now let's create a topic category with the name medical enrollment. And the COE is HR total reward case. So let's select the HR total reward case and name is medical enrollment. Let's submit it. Now let's check whether it is available or not. So right now we have created that medical enrollment. Now open it. Now from here we can create a topic detail. So medical reimbursement is our topic detail. So let's click on new. And it will fall under topic category medical enrollment. So let's submit it. Now let's open the topic detail. So here you can see that in topic detail we have a related list HR service. So now from here also you can create a new HR service, or as I have explained earlier in this video, you can navigate to HR service configuration module to create new HR service. So as per your convenience you can go for any options. If you will click a new button, the HR service form will be loaded, and also if you will click HR service configuration from here application navigator and click on new button, you will get the same form. The only difference is, like, if we are creating from the topic detail, it is getting auto populated medical reimbursement as a topic detail, topic category and COE. But here through application navigator, if you are creating the HR service, you have to manually select the topic detail. So let's fill the HR service form and create a new HR service. So HR service name is medical reimbursement request. Now the value will be auto populated. Bas it will be HR, I'm not going to change it. The fulfillment type will be manual, and topic detail already populated. Template, it will get editable when we save the form. Showcase to subject person, we don't want it, so we will make it unchecked. Record per user, we don't want it. Open for approver, default for open for our approver. In subject person task assignee view, default for subject person. Now let's save it. So now we can select any template over here. For example, let's select medical benefits or medical reimbursement. Let's save it. Now we have created our HR service. Let's validate whether it is available for requesting HR case or not. So to validate, we will have to navigate to create new case module. I think we have missed the description. So service for medical reimbursement request. Now let's save it. So yeah, we have covered all the fields. Now let's select any user. As COE is HR total reward case, let's select it, and inside that medical reimbursement request. So here you can see that we have a topic category as medical enrollment, and inside that we have an HR service medical reimbursement request. So once you will select that HR service and click on create case, a new case will be generated. Now in next video we will see HR service creation through the second approach, that is through HR catalog module. Hope I have covered each and every topic in detail and you have enjoyed this session. Please provide your valuable comment.